It is obviously that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check which has come back marked insignificant funds. But we refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. We refuse to believe that there are insignificant funds in the great vaults of opportunity of this nation. So we have come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice. We have also come to this hollow spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. This is the time. This is not the time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of gradualism. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to open the doors of opportunity to all of God's children. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial justice to the solid rock of brotherhood. That was a quote from the March on Washington. I Have a Dream speech, given to no other than Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I want to say hello, everyone, to the peace movement. I am your host and activist, Christian K. Howard. I'm glad to talk about, have a little discussion to you about now. The time is now. 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 And I'm talking about now, get it? But anyway, being serious, we are living in a world where there is racial injustice. We are in a world where there is educational injustice. We are living in a world with mental health injustice. We are living in a world, get this, with gun violence. We're living in a world with discrimination. We're living in a world with religious discrimination. We're living in a world of crap, basically. We're living in a world full of crap. Have you ever watched the movie Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger as Sinbad? You would know the one line Sinbad said in that movie. He said, what a sick world we're living in with sick people. Heaven, even though that was just a fake movie and they didn't predict this in the future to come, in the year 2024, that is a prophecy for me. It is a prequel prophecy to me. When he said, there's a sick world we're living in with sick people. And he is otherwise true because even though it is a fake film, it is that line has true meaning. And there's only one way we can change the world. We can't change it now. We can't change it tomorrow. We can't change it next year. We can't change it next month or the week or like I said, tomorrow. We gotta change it now. We got to change it now. And how I'm going to change it? I'm glad you asked, folks. I'm glad you asked. As a youth activist, I started from the roots. I started with the roots of believing that there is a day to come where the world will be a better place. Where it will be a better place. Let me say that again. That sounds so good. Where I believe in the world. I believe from the roots that the world will become a better place. Now, how the hell is the world going to be a better place? By taking action. An activist's job is to take action right then and there. That is the activist's job and responsibility, to take action. Do whatever it needs, as long as it's peaceful, to get their point across to politicians, to your local government, and to the state officials. or better than that, take it to the big honcho, the president of the United States, who is serving us as our commander-in-chief and everything else in between. But we gotta get the government to work together. I am not I am not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I am an independent. But I do know that all parties are being complete assholes. Each party is becoming an asshole. Why? Because they're not getting anything done. They're really not getting anything done. Sure, we may be helping the other countries, and I support America protecting and helping and giving aid to other countries. But we need to focus. But the next thing we have to focus on is the homeland. We gotta focus on the homeland. I'm not saying we should not be helping the other countries because they are our allies, they are our friends. But still, we need to take action right now in our country, in our homeland, in our domestic home. We need to take action, and we need to push our politicians, push our senators, push our representatives, push the president, push every single department to take action. Because we can't do this ourselves. And now let me talk to the young people. Young people, we need you in this fight. This is a fight for freedom. Sure, we may have the Emancipation Proclamation. Sure, we may have the Civil Rights Act. Sure, we may have somewhat of a Voting Rights Act. Sure, we may have these bills, jills, and damn whats. But still, we need more than bills and acts to get this country in check. We need more than that to get the country in check. We need to act. Be an activist to this. I started this YouTube channel to spread my message of hope, to spread my message and spread my concerns and tell you the truth about what the country of America and the world is going through with this bullshit. I am telling you, as a 6-year-old male, mixed Asian black male, I'm telling you as an activist, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you as a teenager, as a youth born in this country, I'm telling you that we need to get things in check. We need to get things in check. And how are we going to do that? We need to get things in check because we need positive consequences. Not bad, negative consequences, like a punishment. We need good consequences from our actions. I told you about gun violence. I told you about hate crimes. I told you about that. And that is no joke. Those were actual facts I gave you. Sure, they may be not being given in the right way, but still, they are facts. Facts that we should give to children. I knew a 16-year-old guy who didn't know that there's such thing as racism in America. He didn't even know what the word meant. He thought the world was all happy, everybody was equal, but no, everybody is not acting like they're equal human beings. Human beings are all equal. You need to get things in check. So as long as you get things in check, things will go so smoother. There. But let me remind you folks that if we don't get things in check with this country, we are going to see our downfall. We're going to be eaten up by racism. We're going to be eaten up by gun violence. We're going to be eaten up by mental health. We're going by not being aware of mental health. We're going to be eaten up by lack of education. Why are we going to be lacked? Why are we going to lack the lack? We need to get things in check, folks. That's all I can say. I'm trying to find the right words to express my feelings about this subject. This subject is nothing to play around about, folks. Sure, I may sound like a broken record by now, but how much can I stress? How can I stress? Because I have a dream. I have a dream that all of humanity will see eye to eye, and that we will show, and that the youth will rise up in a revolution and revolutionize the movement, the civil rights and peace movement, to higher standards so we can have peace in our country, peace in the world. Because today we will start with America. Then tomorrow we will go for the world. I always have a motto: strength through peace, strength through community, strength through action. And what does that mean? Strength. Let me explain that. First, strength, and I have limited time to explain this to you. Strength through peace. We have strength if we do things in a peaceful manner. Sure, we can do things, we can force what we want from the government and start a coup, but we can't do that, because that's not right. Remember what Gandhi said. He was the perfect example, along with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that a peaceful protest and getting what you want through peaceful protest. And don't forget, strength through community. We need to come together. We need to unite ourselves in large numbers to show that we are not going to play around. If we look, we need to create an army of revolutionists who believe in beliefs that of human equality, that we are all human beings, to show that we are all human beings. We need to start a revolution of hope, change, love, and racial equality, and justice for all. Next up, we need to think about the last part of the motto: strength through action. We need to act. No waiting, waiting games. We need to act now. Create a strategy and then act now, because we are living in a war of just pure hate versus love, and you know what the outcome is. So I am running out of time, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been an episode of the Peace Movement channel, and I just want to say, the next episode we'll be talking about, I'll be doing more free talks until we get more preparation for a special episode, which is going to have to be 15 minutes, sadly, but still, we need to take things seriously like this, because you never know what's going to happen. So I appreciate you listening to this episode. I just want to wish you adieu.